Our verse today is Luke chapter 18, verse 1, and he told them a parable to the effect that they ought always to pray and not lose heart. A parable, parabole in Greek, is a rhetoric figure of speech which sets one thing beside another to form a comparison or illustration. In some cases, the parables of Jesus do not speak only of the present time, but are also symbols, types, or figures of the future. You can read Hebrews chapter 9, verse 9. Jesus uses these parables in the Gospels to push forward his point to his audiences. In today's verse, Jesus wants to speak about the need to pray always and never lose heart. But he uses the parable of the unjust judge. That is from verse 2 to 8. A widow in a certain town wanted justice from the judge. The judge was unwilling to serve her justice. The woman pestered him until he did what he ought to have done. Jesus uses the widow to demonstrate this was a vulnerable person in society. The widow in the Israelite society was considered vulnerable because they had no husbands to protect them and were not entitled to own landed properties. Still, the judge wanted to trample on her rights. The woman would not give up. We can think about how many judges deny vulnerable or poor people justice. I think about the number of people awaiting trial in our prisons or correctional centers. At the end, Jesus says, "Will not God give justice to his elect who cry to him day and night? Will he delay long over them? I tell you, he will give justice to them speedily." Our verse tells us why Jesus told a parable to illustrate that we should pray without losing heart. In this verse, Jesus teaches us an aspect of prayer, petition, request, which we often do in prayer. We make so many requests. Sometimes, when we feel those requests are unmet, we complain or give up. If our request is genuine and needed, God will definitely respond to it. However, it may be delayed to test our faith and perseverance. Perseverance is the gift of not losing heart. The Greek word used in the verse is egakein, the infinitive active of the verb egakeo, which means to become weary or tired of doing something. It could also mean despair, losing heart, giving up, or being discouraged. How often do we give up in prayer and get discouraged because we have not received our request? This parable encourages us to keep knocking at the door until what we rightly deserve from God is fulfilled. Sometimes our request may take weeks, months, or years to be met. God sometimes delays waiting for the best time to come. Was that not the case of St. Monica, who spent many years praying for her son, who later became the famous St. Augustine? God knew the right time to speak to Augustine's heart when he would never go back on his decision. Let us be patient and persevere in prayer. Never give up. Lord, give us the grace of the persistent widow to keep holding on to you in our prayers. Amen. God bless you. Have a lovely day.